Hey everyone, this is Randy Hatata here at Xpand Realty in Las Vegas. It is November, it's getting a little colder, and we have a special guest today that I'd like to introduce to you. And his name is Darrell Kimura, and he just flew in from Hawaii and graced us with his presence. How you doing, Darrell?
Okay, Randy. Actually, I'm an agent here at Xpand Realty too, and also
What did I say?
I just grace your presence.
Oh, yeah. I'll get in more of Darrell's bio, but he is a dually licensed agent, and he's licensed in Hawaii, and he's also licensed in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Darrell works under our Expand Realty umbrella, and he represents his Why Vegas Hawaii team. So why Vegas Hawaii?
Why Vegas Hawaii is it's just a brand that me and my partner David Sir, who's also an agent here at Expand and also an agent in Hawaii. Both of us work at Coldwell Banker in Hawaii. We also partner up with a local lender who's licensed in Hawaii and also licensed in Las Vegas.
We're just having fun, you guys.
It's confusing, just trying to confuse you.
Yeah, no, I've known Darrell for quite a while, and David as well. They've been part of our team for how long now?
I've been here for about 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we know each other really well. Both of them show up to all of our meetings, and the discussion today is similar to what we would ask them on our meetings, being that we have multiple agents out of state, and we have multiple agents licensed in Hawaii. And based on that, because we're considered the ninth island or deemed the ninth island here in Las Vegas, we talk about Hawaii a lot based on the amount of people relocating here. So I heard, Darrell, that there's a stat lately that so many people, what is it, per day or per hour moving to Las Vegas or moving out of state?
From Hawaii, the latest statistics that we have is from the DMV. The amount of people turning in a driver's license is about 8 people a day, 8 drivers a day. That's just the drivers, so we're, estimating maybe about at least 10 families or so. 10,
Wow.
10 to 12 families are moving from Hawaii to Las Vegas.
That's a lot of
daily
people.
basis. Yeah.
And that's just driver license surrender. So if
Right.
you don't have a driver's license, if you're a minor, or not at the driving age.
Or if you're like me, I held my Hawaii driver's license. I didn't want to turn it in for what? But there's some hesitation on Hawaii people. They want to hold on to their driver's license as long as they can.
I don't blame him. It's a nice license. I've had it for a while and didn't want to give it up myself. But with that, because Darrell has his foot on the ground in Hawaii, I have some questions for you. So, as you know, Las Vegas, we've been in a pretty stable market in the fact that prices have not changed that much, and we are growing in population by the day. We're growing faster than you guys in Hawaii are losing people. If you guys didn't know, I was born and raised in Hawaii, been in Las Vegas half my life now. I still travel back and forth, and so does David and Darrell. They come. I think you guys take turns, right? And you assist clients. And,
Yes.
or they say they assist clients and they come here and have fun.
No.
In Hawaii, we call it holo holo, right?
Yeah, one of us is always here, working hard.
Sure. Okay. All right. I can take that. But in all seriousness, these guys do work hard, and they again attend all the meetings and participate with our brokerage. So based on our population increase, why are people moving that from Hawaii to Las Vegas in general? I know what I'm hearing. I'm curious what you're hearing on your side.
Oh, there's so much reasons. I guess if we were to rank it, probably the top reason is just you hear the term from Ian Tongi saying "priced out of paradise," right?
Oh, that's a sad way to put it.
That's a sad way to put it, but the reality is that people aren't able to purchase homes in Hawaii on their own, and Las Vegas. The median price, for a single family here in Las Vegas, is about $450. In Hawaii, the median price in Honolulu is over $1 million, right? So there's a big difference in affordability, especially now with the interest rates. So housing is one, and even cost of living. Cost of living is another one. The latest statistic is that you have to earn for earning $90,000 in Las Vegas, in Hawaii, you'd only have to earn about 60,000 in Las Vegas to make the same type of living.
So about 60%
Almost
of what you did in Hawaii to maintain
almost
the same lifestyle.
standard of living, right?
Right. And that's to afford gasoline and eggs
Right.
and all the good stuff, right?
And the thing is that that's not only for the young kids starting out their lives or young couples looking to work or whatever. It's all the way up to the seniors too, because seniors are like, a lot of them are on fixed income. So when these prices start going higher and higher, right, it affects them too, right? So it
I
affects
think it
everybody.
affects them more because they're on a fixed income,
Right,
right?
right.
And then with inflation on top of everything, their buying power is getting less.
So it's everybody in Hawaii that's moving out. I mean, not to be a Hawaii downer or whatever, but Hawaii's right now about 47th in the nation as far as negative population growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's almost the inverse of Las Vegas. Las Vegas, I believe, is about five, top five as far as the net people moving into Las Vegas, but Hawaii is the inverse. So
Well,
number three.
Well, from a personal standpoint, I mean, like, I can tell you if money was no object and I didn't have to work, I'd probably be in Hawaii.
Right.
But unfortunately, most of us have to continue, running that rat race and making a living and providing for our families, right?
Yeah, and because there's such a familiarity with Hawaii and Las Vegas, the people moving up here, number one, there's so much people from Hawaii here, the food, activities, the culture, so it's, you don't have the ocean in front of you every day, but as a sacrifice, it's a lot more easier to tolerate that when you have these other things.
So I have a funny question. Because your average price point is probably over $1 million, do you have to be a millionaire to be a homeowner in Oahu?
You have to have rich parents. So I mean, the honest truth is that the younger people that are trying to buy a home, single family home, and even condos right now, majority of them, if not almost all of them, rely heavily on their parents. And the parents that have equity in their homes to help finance it. In Hawaii, they have this thing called a HELOC, where you can take out equity from your home and help your kids with a down payment, or they have savings or inheritance. That's pretty much the only way you're gonna be able to get into the game if you're a person trying to afford to buy their first home in Hawaii.
Wow, generational wealth.
Yes.
And it sounds like a lot of this generational wealth is coming from real estate based on their equity or their land or whatever it is, right?
Right. So I mean, a lot of these parents that live there, myself, born and raised there, have owned real estate for 50 years, right? So.
And how old does it make you, Darrell?
It's pretty old. It's pretty old. but I mean, that's just an example of But like my kids, right? So I have if you buy real estate at a relatively early age, it wasn't that bad as it is now. Back then, I could buy a house in my 20s, so I got quite a bit of equity stocked away, and now it's just deciding which kid I want to help out.
I understand.
So I'm only kidding. I'm going to help out both of them, but that's the way that the kids are getting their down payment. Because like I said, the median price for a single family is $1 million. The median price for condos are about $450,000 or so too. So no matter what, even though Hawaii has this thing called affordable housing, condominiums and single family homes, it's still hard to qualify for even those too.
Yeah, because it's affordable based on Hawaii standards, right?
The amount of wage is based upon a standard wage in Hawaii, and they go by that. So, and then if you want to go about that route, you have to win like a lottery. You have to go to like a lottery system. So it's just like a lot of people just say, you know what? I heard so much things about Las Vegas. Everyone in Hawaii, I'm not exaggerating, everyone in Hawaii knows someone else that lives in Vegas already. So they're just reaching out to them and saying, hey, how's it like living up there? How's the weather? How's the weather? How's the water? All these things. Once they get past all of that, and they find out about the job opportunities, most of them pull the trigger and make that move.
That's we call it the coconut wireless, yes. Right? And it's so true. I mean, so much of the Hawaii people, especially the Ninth Island here, obviously have a sphere of influence in Hawaii and vice versa here, because everyone knows somebody, whether it's a family member, relative, friend that lives here, being that it's been such a popular relocation destination here in Vegas. And we're not talking about, going to the California hotel, the strip, and the casinos. We're talking about the residents here. Our population here in Las Vegas alone is getting close, if not past the hometown where I'm from of, on the big island of Hawaii. And I'm talking about Hilo. And, it is a little city within the city here of Hawaii residents that have relocated.
I heard figures like unofficial figures of the amount approaching like close to 200,000
Oh, so there
200,000
you
here.
go.
And then you got to figure that's more than the population of Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island combined, right? So that's why there's so much local restaurants here, so much local businesses, because there's enough to sustain that. So as a result, a lot of local businesses in Hawaii are also coming up here. You got architects, you got restaurants, you got dentists, health industry people. They're following the trend of moving up here too. So it's just all kinds of reasons why people from Hawaii are moving up here, and that pretty much covers everybody, believe it or not.
What's the job opportunities like in Hawaii? Is it rough right now, or is there a lot of jobs?
It's there's a lot of jobs. The unemployment rate is actually lower than Las Vegas, but the opportunities you pretty much pigeonholed into the tourism industry or civil service or construction. The thing the people in Hawaii are starting to realize is that Las Vegas is starting to diversify their workforce. You got Google setting up their data center here, and so you got this growing technological workforce that people from Hawaii never had the opportunity to do that. We David and I ran into this local girl from Hawaii. She's working out with lithium now, the lithium industry, and that never would have happened in Hawaii, right? So it's just it's for the people coming out of Hawaii who wants to experience more than tourism or construction or civil service. There's many other opportunities here to, experiment. And if they don't like it, they can always go back to Hawaii, right? But a lot of them end up staying here, right?
There's a huge opportunity right now for employment,
Right.
being with these major projects, underway. I think the Durango station just moved their date a little bit back, but they're going to open their doors on December 5th.
Right.
And I know they're struggling for workers. That's why they have billboards up and down the 215 about, hey, we have jobs for you, FOMO, all these things.
It's similar, Randy. In Hawaii, I've noticed that the job void is real similar to Las Vegas, where they don't have enough workers for the restaurants, the service industry, even the banks. Banking institutions and financial institutions are running short of. No one wants to be a teller. No one wants to, serve food, right? So we're experiencing a lot of the same type of shortages as Las Vegas. But when you look at it and go past that, then you have the Las Vegas offering technological stuff and all these other industries that Hawaii doesn't offer. So, that's helping with the migration out of Hawaii.
So there's more diverse jobs up here.
Right.
Okay, because there's both job opportunities, but different type of jobs.
Yeah.
And probably the ratios make a difference, right? Based on the cost of living between the two states. Yeah. And again, if that stat is right and you're making 60% of what you were in Hawaii, then you're at the same place you were as far as standard of living.
Right.
Yeah. So if anyone's relocating to Las Vegas, that's a good thing to look at, because don't be deflated that some of the jobs are less than Hawaii, because based on the cost of living, that ratio seems to be pretty persistent throughout the years. But with that, we continue to see people move here. And, just to clarify where I'm coming from, probably where Darrell's coming from as well, is that I am pro-Hawaii. There's no doubt I was born and raised. Most of my family's there. A lot of my childhood friends are there. And, I still consider it a piece of me, and I still consider it, my home. I've been living here for half my life now, and again, Vegas has granted me and us opportunities, but I really love Hawaii. I love the outdoors. I love island living. I love the Aloha. But for us, this is the next best thing, and Las Vegas has really taken care of us. And the people are here too, so it's not like we lose the Aloha. It is a little different, but it's still there, and there are a lot of good people here.
The thing I noticed right away when I came to work for you, Randy, other than the fact that half the agents were from Hawaii, I mean, like you said, the core values you have is a lot of it is Hawaii based, right? The way you do things, you don't talk stink about people, you do the right thing, all these types of things, yeah. But the thing me and David enjoy about working at Xpand is what you do for the community. Most recently, the stuff that happened in Maui, when you offered to set up this place as a distribution center. I mean, back in Hawaii, it was pretty bad, man. And then when you offered that up here, I'm like, wow, man, this guy's a good guy, you know.
Thank you. I mean, it's a team effort, but thank you.
And then also the stuff about, like you said, we're actually more pro Hawaii than people think or perceive, is because you got hundreds of properties that you manage yourself, and a lot of these people are homeowners or property owners in Hawaii, and you're sending back buku bucks, right? Every month going back to the Hawaii economy that they never probably would have got if they didn't.
Wow, that's a good point. So Darrell and I have had these talks before, about the perception of relocating people out of Hawaii and specifically to Las Vegas, and there's a lot of judgment based on that, and when we help homeowners, we try to just grant them the opportunity of becoming a homeowner where they may not have that opportunity in Hawaii. So, we fulfill their needs and their dreams, which is a good feeling. That keeps me in check on what is doing the right thing for these people that have the need. And the second thing that Darrell has brought up, I don't share very often, but it's so important to me because it's the stuff that makes us feel good when we get home, And long story short is that over time, our company, a lot of us local realtors out in Las Vegas, and there's multiple with other companies as well, most of us are very close and friends. But with that being said, we help people from Hawaii get opportunities to create cash flow and potential appreciation, thus creating wealth for them, passive income potentially, and generational wealth. And what we've done is we've helped a lot of people acquire investment properties here in Las Vegas. We manage them, and guess where those funds go after we collect the rent? It goes right back to the Hawaii economy, to our investors. And second of all, upon these properties appreciating or being flipped or whatever, when a profit is taken, that also gets sent back to them if they reside in Hawaii and pumped back into the Hawaii economy, and probably, gifted down the family pipeline for generational wealth. So, it makes us feel good that, we didn't really take monies away from Hawaii. We actually created a positive for Hawaii in the fact that we've helped a lot of people who didn't have that opportunity and brought it back home to where they call home and being able to share that with their families.
Yeah, a lot of it is that, in Hawaii, the median price and the price of condos and single-family homes is so high that if you do want to play the game of investing, you're going to have to partner up with somebody because, not everybody can buy $1 million home to buy and then flip or rent out, right? But then the price point in Las Vegas is so much lower that you can get in the game, right? And you don't have to necessarily partner with somebody, right? A lot of these clients that we have, David and I have, they want to build a nest egg for their kids, but they don't have any options other than to, invest in land in Indiana or partner with some other people in Hawaii. So Las Vegas gives them a chance to just be their own boss, control their own destiny. And, a lot of them have been buying like a condo. And then they're telling us, you know what, this is for my kids, right? When my kids are old enough to buy a house, I'll sell it or whatever and have the means to, get them a place in Hawaii. So that's the end goal. So all these things just working toward that, right? With that,
that's true. You can make the money here and then invest it in a property in Hawaii, right? Because now you can afford it.
Right. Now you can play the game, right? Now you can get into the game versus trying to do it in Hawaii, which is very hard.
Well, trying to become an investor, with an average price point of $1 million, that's not going to be easy to get started. Whereas you could get your foot on the ground here at what? $250 for a condo, right. $450 for a single family, and not have to play with those huge numbers and have those heavy down payments to get started, or using cash through 1031 exchanges or family wealth or whatever you have under your mattress. It's a more attainable number than getting into the $1 million price point. So I get that, and I don't want to run this too long because I do respect your time, Darrell. I know, like, you have to pick up your family from the airport, and that's another thing you guys are going to take advantage of. Coming here to take advantage of Black Friday, right? And then bring those goods home to Hawaii, right?
Well, Vegas is familiar, right? So for investing or for moving up here, it's familiar because one time or another, you've either came up yourself or you know, saw it on TV on your Night Island connections and stuff like that to the point where you feel like, yeah, I almost know like Randy. I know Randy already. I see him every week on TV or whatever, right? So the familiarity is something that helps people when moving here or buying property or investing here versus other places.
Well, we all work as teams here a lot of the time, and it makes sense. And like you said, I think we're all kind of led with the same core values, which is why we're part of the same team. And I think you hit it on the nose when you said, Hawaii has a lot to get credit for when it comes to our core values, because I attribute my core values to, of course, my parents who instilled that in us, but also the Hawaiian culture that I grew up in, And what else can I say? It's a beautiful place and a beautiful place to live and a beautiful place to grow up. I hope to get back there and hang it up one day and still have the beauty of being able to commute back and forth. I mean, that is my real goal, is to take advantage of the ocean and, the outdoors in Hawaii, friends, family, but still have those benefits of Vegas. I can come to the Raiders, even though I'm not going to say I'm a Raiders fan, but I enjoy watching the games. Baseball's on its way, Major League Baseball, the A's.
And Zippy's opened up too.
Hey. Hope we don't get in trouble for using names.
Sorry.
With that, I will leave you with one more name because I know you have an appointment to get to at the airport. Think of my name when you go and visit Trader Joe's. How about that? All right. Well, thank you for your time, Darrell. For reals, I appreciate it. And if you guys, actually, you didn't know, Darrell happened to be walking in the door at the office, and I'm like, Darrell, we got this thing set up for you, and we're doing this. And he said, count me in. Something like that. Right on. All right. Thanks, you guys. Looking forward to tuning in the next time.